Hi guys, welcome to Easy Peasy Gardening. I'm your gardener friend Ruchi, and today we are going to talk about one succulent that I definitely don't want you to propagate through leaves. So, if you have seen my previous videos, I'm a big proponent of do it yourself, take a cutting from a friend or a neighbor or some succulent leaves and just propagate them from there. But this particular succulent, I do not recommend that you start from leaves. So this is Burro's tail, or it is also called donkey's tail. Basically, all these stems, they just keep growing and slowly they'll start hanging from the side of the planter like this. And they have these very, very tiny leaves, and they are all jumbled up around the stem. So it looks very nice, but this planter, this I had planted 2.5 years ago, and it's only this big in 2.5 years. So I took a few leaves of this burrow's tail and I put it in this succulent potting mix. And it's been about a couple of months, and you can see that some of them have started to grow leaves, but it took them 2 months to come to this stage. And all this time, because these leaves are really tiny, I have to make sure that they don't dry up. So I have to keep misting them, make sure that they get enough light, they are not dried up, they don't get too much sunlight, too much water. So I have to make sure that they get proper amount of water, proper amount of light, so that they stay alive. So you keep doing that for a few months and then you get to this stage. And if you notice, even the starting leaf that is kind of growing, which is kind of amazing that even the starting leaf is growing. And 1 year later, this is what you get. So these plants are about 1.5 inch tall, and they're growing nicely, but they are like ridiculously slow. So if you are growing them from leaves, you have to keep on waiting forever. They look beautiful, and if this planter fills up, they'll look really nice. Like uh, this one, you know, it's 2.5 years old. I started it from leaves, and this is 1 year old. And if you have seen my previous video on how to grow succulent from leaves, you remember this planter. See, all different types of, many different types of succulents are growing in there. And do you see uh, the burrow's tail right there? It's so tiny. I put all these leaves at the same time, and look at some of these, you know, like this one. This is growing so big. This is big, and the burrow's tail right here is hardly 1 inch tall. It's like 1 year old planter. Same thing here. This is my scrap planter in which I put all the cuttings that are left over when I'm making some arrangement from succulents. And I have these, this one, I have these burrow's tail stems in here, and they're so tiny. Look at the other ones, they've grown so big. But the burrow's tail, it just takes forever to grow from a tiny stem or from a tiny leaf. So I won't recommend that you test your patience. I would recommend that you go out and buy a burrow's tail from the store and just take care of it like any other succulent. Lots of light, very little water, well draining soil, sandy soil, and it will just grow nicely. And don't touch it too much, because these leaves are so brittle, they just fall off from the stem very easily. You touch it and it falls off. So don't do anything, just leave it there, and it will grow nicely on your palette somewhere, or in the kitchen, in a corner where you don't have too much activity. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.